does more for all of us than probably any of us really realize, our principal, Dr. Sorensen. This morning is an exciting assembly. It's a time when we reflect upon things and we look to the future. And one of the things that makes our Hall of Fame assembly special is because we're honoring successful people, and we are hoping that you will catch a spirit, a ray of hope, that you will internalize some of the things that you will see today and make resolves and motivation and desires that are in your heart that you want to do with your lives. Because in this great land of ours, under our great constitutional and government form, we can do this. Every one of you can become a person on a Hall of Fame. And I would hope that somewhere down in your heart, when you leave here today, you will be more resolved to accomplish this. And remember it through your whole life. We have a teacher that I would like to introduce. You juniors and seniors will remember Florin Nielsen very well. He will be our speaker today in introducing and giving the life background of our candidates this morning for distinguished alumni and our Hall of Fame recipient. So let me reintroduce now Florin Nielsen to you.
An outstanding educator is the recipient of this year's first award. This home on High Street was the childhood home of Mary Cathy. Here she was raised with one sister and four brothers, one of whom was an Army general who served in both world wars, and another was a world-famous radiologist. Mary grew up right across the street from Wasatch Elementary School. She received her early education there and at the Bryant Junior High School. When Mary entered East High, the school already had rich traditions and a lot of school spirit. A typically large crowd turned out to cheer the Leopards on in a football game with West that fall of 1924. In that first year, Mary served as sophomore class secretary. The following year, she took part in the school opera and participated in the Latin club. As a senior, she was on the program committee, which was responsible for assemblies. She wrote the article that accompanied the yearbook photo of her group. Speaking of difficulties encountered in staging assemblies, she said, "Promises are often broken. tardiness of the participants likewise upsets the entire program. That was 61 years ago. Some things never change. Mary was an outstanding student at East and was selected valedictorian of her graduating class of 1926. The next fall, she enrolled at the University of Utah. While there, she studied Latin and history and was president of Pi Beta Phi. She graduated in 1930 with a teaching certificate and a Bachelor of Arts degree. That same year, she started her teaching career at Bryant, where she had spent 3 years as a junior high student, and remained there teaching Latin for 25 years. In 1955, she moved to East as a foreign language teacher. She spent the balance of her career here, with the exception of some district administrative assignments, and 1 year when she has served as the assistant principal at Highland High School. At East, she taught Latin, sponsored the Leopard's Paw, and directed the development of East's innovative flexible scheduling program. In 1967, she was appointed vice principal and was photographed for the yearbook with a young Lamar Sorensen. She served as an administrator until she retired in June of 1973 after 43 years of service to the East Side community. While Mary taught in the classroom, she continued her education. She earned her master's degree in political science from the University of Colorado. She also studied at Bennington College, the University of California, the University of Hawaii, Stanford University, and the American School of Classical Studies in Athens. During her distinguished career, Mary was active in several professional organizations. She served as president of the Salt Lake Teachers Association, as vice president of the American Classical Society, and on the American Council of Teachers of Foreign Languages. She was Salt Lake District Supervisor of Foreign Languages and served on state text board and curriculum committees for English and foreign languages. She was instrumental in initiating the first AP classes in the state of Utah and was a consultant in the development of various programs and materials for the teaching of languages. Her many contributions in the field of education were recognized by her alma mater, the University of Utah, when that school honored her in 1970 as a distinguished alumna. Now, we at East are most pleased to honor one of our own and bestow our title of Distinguished Alumna on Mary E. Kaplan.
As you saw on the program, she had something to do with the young Mr. Sorensen. Long ago. Our acquaintance is a lifetime of sharing professional things. Mary, it's an honor to present the distinguished alumna to you for 1987.
I am grateful, Lamar, for this honor. And to me, it was, and it still is, a privilege to attend East High. She is and always has been the aristocrat of high schools.
Thank you, Mary. The next person that we would like to honor is Dr. Eddie Hashimoto. And here's Warren Nielsen to tell you about him.
Have you heard the song, When Irish Eyes Were Smiling? Well, these eyes are Irish, but they don't belong to just any Irishman. Physician, surgeon, and professor of anatomy at the University of Utah for 4.5 decades, and Utah's most famous Irishman, Dr. Eddie Hashimoto. Irish? It's true. He became Irish on December the 8th, 1941, the day after the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. As he entered his classroom in the University of Utah Medical School and sensed that his students were somewhat disturbed, he put them at ease by saying, "What are you fellows staring at? I'm Irish. I was home in Dublin at the time." Eddie's home is Salt Lake City. He was the first of his family to be born in the United States and grew up in this house on 12th East, where he still lives today. The building of a snowman while yet a boy may have been the start of his interest in anatomy. Growing up in the shadow of the University of Utah, he has been a Ute since early childhood. In fact, he spent most of his life there. He was one of the first students at the Stewart School on the university campus. In his first year at East, Eddie went to class and earned good grades. That year, sophomore pictures in the yearbook were in groups. And like most sophomores, Eddie was kind of lost in the crowd. He blossomed in his junior year, had an individual picture in the yearbook, enrolled in ROTC, and was associate editor of an Estonia, which won national honors. As a senior, he continued to excel academically, playing on the baseball team, participated in debate, and was an officer in ROTC, a program which then had an enrollment in excess of 400. He graduated in 1927. And his father, proud of Eddie's accomplishments at East, provided for the planting of 24 Japanese cherry trees on the school grounds. For more than 50 years, these legendary trees beautified the campus. In time, additions to the building required removal of these trees. When plans for the new field house were approved in 1979, it was evident that the final two would have to go. Eddie and his wife were photographed in front of the surviving trees before their removal. The tradition of the Hashimoto trees continues with the planting of new cherry trees outside the field house. In the autumn of 1927, Eddie headed for college and was probably the only freshman to write at the University of Utah in his own baby Pierce Arrow. But he studied hard and was a member of Sigma Psi and Phi Kappa Phi honor societies, as well as a member of the Japanese Student Club. And he graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Zoology after just 3 years. 2 years later, he graduated from the Utah's medical school, which was a 2-year program, and then, with this lively send-off, he went to Harvard for his medical degree and his internship in Pennsylvania. In 1935, he joined the university's medical school faculty because in those dark depression years, there was more money in teaching than in practicing medicine. For the next 44 years, he was the medical school's most popular teacher, and for many, its most inspiring. To help make anatomy interesting, he developed a talent for two-handed drawing. That talent kept many a medical student entertained, but he was more than an entertaining teacher. Dr. Louis Gebhardt, a colleague on the staff, said of Eddie, he has the ability to produce in a student a desire to learn which I have never seen equal. In spite of a busy schedule, Dr. Hashimoto found time to author numerous articles on research, served as a physician for the university's football team for 9 years, and has been an active member of many professional societies. In 1951, another career began for Eddie, that of being a husband for the former Joy Takayama, and later as a dedicated father. But he never learned to put arms on a snowman. Eddie and Joy are proud parents of 3 children, each of whom has graduated from East. Joy in 1970, Eddie Jr. in 1971, and Anne in 1977. In 1979, the university's best-known Irishman retired from active teaching so he could devote more time to his other loves of deep-sea fishing and traveling to other parts of the world with his wife and friends. During his incredible career at the University of Utah, he was honored with more teaching awards than any other university professor. He was named Best Professor and Outstanding Teacher nearly every year he was eligible. In 1978, he was one of only 3 professors to be awarded the Distinguished Teaching Award. And at the time of his retirement, a special concert was performed on his behalf to help raise money for a scholarship and loan fund for current and future medical students. In 1980, he was honored with the University of Utah's Distinguished Alumnus Award. Why would one man receive so many honors in his lifetime? Because of one thing, really. It's something he once told a graduating class, and something he has always believed. Never forget to be a human being with thoughtfulness and compassion. Realize that much of a doctor's pay comes from the satisfaction of helping others. He spent a lifetime helping others. We are proud that his roots were firmly planted in East High School and are honored to bestow the title of Distinguished Alumnus on Dr. Edward I. Hashimoto.
While he's coming up, they have, probably can't see that from where you are, but it says East High School proudly awards the title of Distinguished Alumnus to Edward I. Hashimoto, physician, surgeon, teacher, in recognition of achievements that reflect honor on his alma mater. Centered on the 4th day of March, 1987. Congratulations, Dr.
This plaque in recognition of my many years of survival. As I recall, being in the class of 1927, this is 60 years ago. Now, I don't believe I look 60 years older than the rest of you. In my day, though, we had our hair slicked down with stay comb, pomade, axle grease. Now we have punks, punkers, punkies. But as a group, students don't appear to have been changing too much over the years. And I'm sure from your classes, some other successful, I don't call myself self-successful, but some other individuals will be, can't think of the right word. This is something that goes along with getting old. At least some other students among you will become as famous as Mary Cathy, and not myself. I'm just an Irishman. I want you all to be proud of your heritage in the East High School, as I have been over the years. It certainly gave me a start. It gave me inspiration. I wanted to thank my many, many accomplished and very, very dedicated teachers, and I'm sure that they exist in the present auditorium. You students are now, believe it or not, at the crossroads of your career. And it's up to you and not your teachers. It's up to you to get down to work and make something of yourselves, if you so care. If you want to throw it away on drugs and entertainment and so on, that's your business too, I presume, although it will hurt your parents a great deal. Oh, I didn't mean to get up and give a sermon here. Let me thank Mr. Sorensen and the faculty and awards group for presenting me with this plaque, which I can assure you I will, from here on, cherish. Thank you.
Dr. Hashimoto, that was excellent. He came up here and he says, I don't know what to say. It's so thrilling to review the lives of special people. And at East High School, the alumni of East High School are special people. We would like to honor many more, but that's not possible. We do have one more special award for the Hall of Fame, and Mr. Nielsen will come out and tell you about Barbara Richards.
More important than the letters and numbers we learn in school are the viewpoints and ethical attitudes we develop. If we pass classes and fail character, we have made a poor bargain with education. These words, expressed when she was 18 years old, have guided the life of this year's recipient of the Hall of Fame Award. Barbara Jane Richards was born March the 16th, 1943 in Sacramento, California. She was the second of 6 daughters in Richards' family. Following the end of World War II, the family returned to Salt Lake City. Barbara received her early education at the Hawthorne Grade School and Hillside Junior High. In September of 1958, she entered East High and became involved in many activities, including music and sports. On the pages of the Estonia, she can be found in the junior choir, a cappella choir, pep club, and leaders club. She attended East at a time when competitive athletics for girls did not provide the many opportunities that they do now. But she enjoyed the activities that were available. Intramural teams she played on won many championships, and she developed a keen interest in sports and physical education. She was an A student for 3 years at East, and her excellence was rewarded at graduation in 1961 when she won academic scholarships at Brigham Young and Utah universities. She selected to go south, enrolled in the honors program at the BYU, and pursued her interests in physical education. She served as an officer in SPUR, a national service organization, and as an officer on the Women's Intramural Council, an organization which planned all intramural activities for women on the campus. The summer of her sophomore year, she went to work as a recreation counselor in California. Returning home, Barbara and her friends were involved in an automobile accident. As a result of her injuries, Barbara was paralyzed from the waist down. During her long stay in the hospital, she began the difficult task of reshaping her plans and her aspirations. Rehabilitation facilities and trained personnel were not readily available, but through her own perseverance and the encouragement of family and friends, she learned many of the tasks a paraplegic must master in order to function independently. After rehabilitation, she felt ready to accept full-time employment. Feeling a career in teaching, especially in the field of physical education, was impossible. She applied for a position as an occupational therapist. She wanted to assist others who had to overcome the same obstacles that she had conquered. She received only negative responses, and each of her efforts seemed to lead only on blind alleys. She was frustrated and discouraged by the apparent reversals she encountered. But Sue Baker, a concerned friend, finally helped her to realize that despite setbacks and disappointments, she had to become involved with other people in some way. Sue had been Barbara's good friend since they first met at East, when Barbara was Sue's big sister in the pep club. She helped Barbara make the decision to return to school. Barbara's former East High PE teacher, Lynn Warner, was also a special friend. When Barbara asked Miss Warner if she felt that someone who was wheelchair-bound could succeed as a physical education teacher, Miss Warner replied, "You can do whatever you want to do." Barbara went to work immediately to obtain the degree to teach. She graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in Health in 1967. She was named valedictorian for the College of Physical Education and was recognized as an outstanding senior by the senior class. Because of her superior undergraduate academic record, she was accepted as a member of the BYU chapter of Phi Kappa Phi. Barbara continued her educational pursuits and received her master's degree in health a year later. She was once again recognized as an outstanding graduate, maintaining nearly a 4.0 average in her graduate studies. Letters of application were submitted to various school districts and junior colleges. While looking for a place to live in Salt Lake City, she met Mr. Alma Edwards, then principal of Westlake Junior High School. He not only helped her find a place to live, but also offered her a position at his school as teacher of physical education, health, and science. What followed is a continuing amazing story of success through dedication and perseverance. Those who doubted that physical education could be taught from a wheelchair were soon convinced, as this remarkable paraplegic conquered each obstacle. Barbara quickly proved that in teaching, the heart can be much more important than strong legs, even in a PE class. She taught and coached at Westlake for 17 years, during which she was an honor award recipient from the Utah Association of Health, Physical Education, and Recreation in 1973, and runner-up for Utah's 1975 Teacher of the Year. In addition to her teaching, Barbara has continued her educational pursuits. She received her doctor's degree from the University of Utah in December of 1982 and is currently teaching there in the health department. What do you do when tragedy strikes and strong legs, which you counted on since your first steps, are suddenly taken from you? If you have the inner strength, faith, and determination of Barbara Richards, you adjust your life and take advantage of undeveloped talents. Barbara has found fulfillment in many activities which involve the use of her hands. She is an accomplished cake decorator and likes to make that special cake for family and friends. She is a largely self-taught artist who has completed many beautiful landscapes and still life paintings. Working in ceramics has provided countless enjoyable hours, and she is the creator of numerous exquisite pieces. She also enjoys physical activities and can often be found in a lively game of ping pong, playing tennis, fishing on a lake, or just enjoying the great outdoors. Perhaps more than anything else, she is an inspiration to others. Her friend Sue Baker says, "I found myself following in Barbara's footsteps. From Pep Club, where she taught me how to march and was my big sister, to Leaders Club, where she led me to try all kinds of sports activities. When the tables were turned, however, and she found herself in need of encouragement and vision, she was the kind of friend who responded to my help with trust and confidence and love. She, in turn, has come to my rescue at times when I have needed help. Ours is a friendship that was born at East High, a friendship that is treasured more each year. Barbara is in great demand as a speaker. Thousands of young people have been encouraged and inspired by her story of courage. She is widely known and honored for the positive effect her life has had on others. And today, we add another honor. We are proud to receive Dr. Barbara Jane Richards as a member of the East High Hall of Fame.
Coming around to be on the stage, let me just take a second to fill in here. In the past years, we have honored other great people in our community and alumni of East High. Let me just read the names of some of these people. Jake Garn, U.S. Senator. Hayes Gorey, a journalist. Valentin Gorlinsky, a teacher. James Irwin, an astronaut. Grant Johannesson, concert pianist. Scott Matheson, governor. Russell Nelson, surgeon. Shirley Ryrie, dance choreographer. Wallace Stegner, author. Emmylou Thane, poet. Beloy Czar, teacher. Joseph Richards, distinguished educator and past principal of East High. Bob Brickey, Pete Carlston, Dave Freed, Herman Franks, Harry James, Mickey Oswald, Janet Thurgood. All avenues of life have been honored at East High. And now it gives me pleasure to bestow the honor of 1987 Hall of Fame to Dr. Barbara Richards.
This is very humbling. I always wondered, it's kind of like attending your own funeral. You know, these people and the nice things that are said, I often wondered what that would be like. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad it's not my funeral. This is a real honor. I love East High. I always have. But I really shouldn't be up here. It's mostly the people that are down in the audience, very special people in my life that should be up here receiving this honor. They're the ones that make my life possible. I've been reminded today of how often we take life for granted. I guess sometimes we have to lose something before we really appreciate it. And I guess mine was kind of a dramatic way to lose something to finally realize how great life was and how important being able to do things and how important people are in your lives. I used to not even think about walking and running and hiking and playing volleyball and basketball and all those kind of things, and then those opportunities were gone, and I wish now I had done more. And yet, it's never too late to try, and I'm grateful for that and for the things I've been able to do. And I was such an independent little stinker in high school and didn't need anybody, and then after my accident, I became literally completely dependent upon people for just survival in the hospital and at home, and I began to really appreciate people like I never appreciated them before, especially my family, whom I'm afraid we all have a tendency to take for granted because they're always there. East High probably was one of the most special times in my life, and I don't think I really appreciated it when I was here until I left. It was here I made my career choice thanks to some influence of very special people like Miss Warner and Miss Hawks and a few of the teachers here. It was here that I made friendships that have lasted, and some of those friends are here today. And it was here that I felt a spirit of unity that I have never experienced since. And that is so beautiful to be able to come back here and feel it again. And I'm so grateful to you. And if I could say one thing to you today that might help, and that is, please don't lose your opportunities. Don't let them pass you by. You don't know what's going to happen to you in the future. I had no idea that I would be sitting in this wheelchair. That's the farthest thing from my mind when I was a senior in high school. And take advantage of every opportunity to live life to its fullest. And of course, I mean that naturally, not artificially highs, okay? Just natural highs. And if you can somehow, you know, whatever happens to you after high school, there is life after high school, by the way, whatever happens to you after, I just hope that you develop the kind of character to adjust, to go on, and the courage to pay the price for your goals, whatever it takes. I thank you again. I'm extremely honored. You know, not only, as was said, to use your memory go when you get old, but you get really emotional too. So forgive us for that, because I think I'm not going to make it through what you're about to do. Thank you so much.
Please stay here for just a minute. we have accomplished. Go ahead and sit down. You're not through yet, so just rest a second. I hope that we have accomplished once more for the 1987 school year what I mentioned at the beginning of the program. I'd like to thank a couple of people. First of all, I'd like to thank Florin Nielsen for coming and moderating this wonderful program. I'd like to thank Dr. Pond and the band for adding their part to our program. We have a special person at East High that makes all of this possible. And I would like to say that this program would not occur and would not continue without the talents and the dedication of Herb Urie. Now I'll turn the program back to the cheerleaders and song leaders to finish off. Thanks for coming. It's been a choice.
Will everybody please stand for the school song?
You're all excused to third period.